intense heat, but also thunderstorms popping up by the coast. These are going to be pushing inland, bringing with it heavy downpours and frequent lightning strikes. I got your future track coming up in Galveston, where it just looks hot out. These will be pushing inland, and as they do, we're going to be tracking thunderstorms across southeast Texas. Right now, we are tracking some of those storms down across Brazoria County over towards Matagorda. These have been pulsing. They start as showers, then they intensify, heavy downpours, frequent lightning strikes before they rain themselves out. But I'll tell you what, as they pass overhead, it can feel rather intense. We're going to see these storms popping up further inland into the afternoon, but until you get a thunderstorm, it's about the heat. Right now it's 93, feels anywhere between 100 to 106 degrees, 100 out in Washington County. So please be careful today. Take those heat precautions, and there's a good chance you might get a shower this afternoon, a 30% chance of a passing downpour, but we got changes on the horizon. Andy, Brittany, I've got more on our African dust.
Kids around all weekend with like, come here, we need the sunscreen.
I mean, you have to, and
yeah.
I think they're kind of lucky though, because sunscreen has come a long way.
Yes.
Now a lot of it can rub in until it's sheer. It smells nice. Like I got a vanilla scented sunscreen from H-E-B.
Ooh.
I like it.
Fancy, like it.
It's fantastic. And today is one of those days, definitely this time of year, our sun angle is so high that it goes through less of our atmosphere, that it's easier to burn. The key that we say is that if your shadow is shorter than how tall you are, meaning a pretty small shadow, you should be wearing sunscreen. A live look outside where you can see a mix of cloud cover out there. Temperatures 91. Feeling like 100 here in Houston, still dry for the day today, but this is what we see in the summertime. Everything typically starts from the coast, and then we'll start to see some pop-ups further inland. We're going to get to that lightning strike up near Bush in just a moment, but first, I want to show you those thunderstorms we've been tracking closer to our coastal communities. If we put this in motion over the last hour, you can see these storms not moving a tremendous amount, which means you can easily pick up over an inch of rain. We've got those thunderstorms from Angleton, Lake Jackson, over towards West Columbia, Wharton, El Campo. None of these causing any major problems, but certainly can feel intense. Okay, let's investigate this lightning strike here in the Houston area. It's actually one small pop-up storm, and I'll tell you what, this is happening in an area that has seen so much rain. This is the North Loop at the North Freeway there. Just a small cell, but it is producing lightning, and I'll tell you what, it's small but mighty. That is going to be a heavy downpour, and that could be the start of a pretty big cell developing over Houston. We're going to keep a close eye on this one as we head through the newscast. We're also watching these storms up near North Texas, because these are going to bring with it storm chances even after sunset tonight for our far northern counties. Let me show you what this looks like in our future track through the rest of the day today, tracking those pulse thunderstorms. Everybody has the potential of seeing them, so check that radar before you head home for your evening commute. And then as we approach sunset, more isolated storms, but these are the storms coming in from North Texas, impacting areas like Livingston by 10 o'clock. I do think these are going to fizzle out before they reach Houston. As we head over the next 2 days, dark skies just north of downtown there. In fact, these thunderstorms, they came on fast, and they're bringing with it heavy downpours and frequent lightning strikes. Right now, most of that activity you can see is just north of Houston. As it passed through Cashmere Gardens, it quickly brought with it over an inch of rainfall. Right now, I want to show you where we have the heaviest of those storms, frequent lightning strikes ongoing. You can see it from Cashmere Gardens all the way really between the North Loop and the North Beltway there. That's where we have the heavy downpours. That means the North Freeway, the Hardy Toll Road, and the East Tex Freeway, inbound or outbound, is going to be slow going as you're taking on that evening commute. I would certainly plan on extra time. These storms, while not severe, absolutely packing a punch. Heavy, intense downpour and frequent lightning strikes with these storms. I want to put our radar in motion over the last hour. Also, by the way, Cypress along 290, that's a heavy thunderstorm as well. I wouldn't be surprised within the core of some of these storms if we did see some stronger winds, maybe even some small hail. You can see those storms blossoming over the last 30 minutes. And we've got more storms in the forecast, but Coralie, Joel, much more coming up.
All right, Caroline, we'll be on standby for those updates.
15 minutes. So
Oh, wow.
that's the concern, is that when you do see the rainfall, it's coming down extremely heavy. That makes driving very difficult. You're also seeing frequent lightning strikes. So street flooding, not out of the question.
Yeah.
But not a widespread concern. Let's talk about it, because that has been tapering down. With these thunderstorms, we tend to see them pulse. That means they start as a shower, they start to ramp up, and then they rain themselves out. If we put this in motion over just the last hour, you can see that storm really erupted. Now it's starting to taper off, but now we're starting to see that cell out near Cypress really bubble up. Cypress and portions of 290, the Northwest Freeway, certainly seeing an intense downpour there. Frequent lightning strikes as well. So as you're heading out the door, maybe you've got daycare pickup, maybe you're heading home from work, plan on a bit of extra time, especially if you're going to be passing through Cypress and 290 or portions of that North Beltway just near Bush Intercontinental Airport. Otherwise, we've got a few of those thunderstorms very isolated across Liberty and Polk counties, and we're continuing to track some storms just to our north. You can see these thunderstorms starting to dive in from Lufkin. These are going to bring with it the potential for thunderstorms even past sunset tonight for our far north and northeast counties. Now, as we have widespread afternoon storms, only a 20% Wednesday and Thursday, that'll start to return by Friday. But the big change, we're tracking dust. You'll start to see dust moving in on Thursday, and then thicker plumes continuing as we head into next week. The good news is this really protects us from tropical troubles. Nothing expected in the Atlantic, hurricane or tropical storm wise. However, this might start lowering our air quality starting on Thursday. Another thing we're keeping a close eye on is the weekend, always taking a peek at that. And you can see a 30 to 40% chance, slightly more scattered thunderstorms as we head through the weekend. A lot of these storms, they're not severe, but they're really strong. In fact, the National Weather Service saying this thunderstorm near Willowbrook and just north of Jersey Village, this is so strong that they've issued a special weather statement. That means we're not seeing criteria of severe, but this storm packing a punch, capable of producing winds up to 50 miles per hour, especially within this deep purple color. That's going to be Charterwood, where we're really seeing the heaviest of that thunderstorm. You can see all the way over towards Cypress. If we put this in motion over the last hour, that storm really starting to blossom, seeing another storm just outside of the northeast loop near Spring Valley. And we're going to keep seeing more thunderstorms popping up as we head into this evening commute, especially for areas north of town. More thunderstorms even possible past sunset. But Joel Corley, I'll have that future track coming up.
We know you're on it. We appreciate it, and we want to.
First, before the spray, I did not know that.
I didn't
Do you
either.
believe the redhead at the table with
I
freckles
trust your
knows
judgment.
how to apply
I
sunscreen?
100% trust your judgment.
My sister's also a dermatologist, so
Oh,
I've
okay.
been
Well
kind of
trained.
conditioned, well trained.
So you do the lotion and then you spray right after that?
Not right after. I do the lotion and I do that while I'm inside, and then once I get to the spot, then I do the spray.
Every 2 hours or every 30 minutes. How often are you doing it?
Every 5 minutes.
I do it every 3 hours, but you
Every
should.
three? Okay.
She said to do it every 2, so use your best judgment on
Okay.
that one.
Just use it.
Just definitely use it. I'll tell you what, today we are starting to see some sunshine out there. I want to show you this shot of downtown. I have a possibility of showers and storms. In fact, we still do have that special weather statement for that thunderstorm we were tracking really from just to the east of Cypress there. That's near Willowbrook, north of Jersey Village. 2 little pockets of heavy downpours near Charterwood. Frequent lightning strikes with this as well, impacting portions of 290. If we put this in motion over the last hour, you can see those storms drifting their way slowly to the north, not moving very fast, which means you can quickly see over an inch of rain. We're continuing to track some thunderstorms up from the Woodlands over towards Conroe. Certainly a heavy downpour here. None of these storms are considered severe, but you can see some pretty gusty winds and frequent lightning strikes with them. Up towards Lake Livingston, this is where we're tracking thunderstorms slowly working their way down to the south, and our far northern counties are going to have the possibility of later storms tonight because of some of these storms in North Texas diving to the south. In fact, our future track going to continue to show pop-up storms around the Houston area, but watch watch our far northern areas, Huntsville over towards Lake Livingston. That's where we're going to keep seeing those thunderstorms through about 9 to 10 p.m. tonight. As we head over the next few days, Wednesday and Thursday, rain chances down slightly, but not ruling out a pop-up thunderstorm. By Friday, we'll start to see the rain increase, but also we're going to be monitoring air quality by Friday. That's because we're tracking Saharan dust. It's been working its way thousands of miles from Western Africa